This is Ted, and it's one thing for husbands and dads and uncles and grandpas and different men in the family to relate to Jesus when Jesus is no longer alive on world earth and was sacrificed on the cross, crucified, and is no longer alive and has been not here for 1,000 years, almost 2,000 years. It's another when he is alive on earth and he's very human and he's 100% human, and he is telling you things you don't want to hear and you don't want to believe, and he's telling you things different than what you believed would happen at this point in time. He is much stricter in judgment. He is much stricter with what he likes and dislikes. He has strong from love all the way to hate, and he dislikes certain things, especially if he was a victim of things. The sluts certainly don't like Ted also. The adultery committers don't like Ted. He doesn't forgive the adulterous woman because Rosie was an adulterous woman, and he is not going to forgive her. Therefore, was he that forgiven on the first coming? With the adulterous woman, he wasn't a victim of the adulterous woman at that point in time. When you're not a victim of sin, you don't react as harshly to that sin. You're a victim, you react harsher. You maybe develop hate for the sin and also for the sinner. Okay, not just for the sin, but also for the sinner. Ted has basically been victimized enormously on this coming because Satan and the demons went wherever those found somebody that was possessed enough, those went after Ted with that possessed person and tried to destroy Ted. Therefore, Ted has a lot of experience with sinners that have tried to destroy Ted, people that are bad, wicked, and evil. And even though Ted had his problems with sin, Ted was still being destroyed by sinners and people that were bad, wicked, and evil are quite possessed. Therefore, a lot of you don't like Ted because Ted is 100% human. Ted has certain stances that are against what you are doing. It's like, for example, against your career. He's not like modern medical doctors. In fact, he's not patting you on the back and saying, good job, good and faithful servant. That is not a medical missionary because you're making too much money. The dentist, you're not medical missionaries. You're making too much money. And you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be prescribing all these drugs and pharmaceuticals that in PDRs, physician desk references, tell you they do permanent damage. You know that if they overdose on this thing, it can kill them. If they overdose on it, it causes liver damage. Don't you think that does permanent damage a little bit if you take a little bit of it even? Not a mega dose, but a smaller dose? Yes. And most of you that are doctors know that. And the dentists know that too. You're intelligent enough to understand that.